welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. We are going to be working with this book, The Key Poses of Yoga by Dr. Ray Long. Yet again today, we are getting almost to the end. Hey Selena, you were the first comment of the broadcast. Hey Ryan, hey Brian. Ryan said hello twice, second in a row. We should start doing like a giveaway. If you get like 3 in a row, you win something or something like that. You get a shout out on my channel or something. Hello, SEH45, welcome to the channel. Hey everyone, hey Nick, hey Nikki Sparkles, sup? I was fourth. Bonjour, hey Sofiana. That would be awesome, right? Hey Claudia, hey Tila. Alright, so this class today we're talking about inversions, and these are the 3 poses we're going to be working on. Shoulder stand, headstand, and plow pose. Do I remember Levi? Of course I remember Levi. Need so much positivity right now, not sure if anyone knows what's going on. Yeah. Oh. You really should start doing yoga again? Oh, SEH, when's the last time you did it? How long has it been? So we're going to plow as your favorite. That is also my husband's favorite pose for me to do. Okay, so I'm actually going to skip headstand and skip shoulder stand in just right now, just in the beginning, because I think plow pose is a better pose to go first, teach first. Oops, did I pass it? No. What? Where are the words? That's weird. Why does it have the picture starting over here? That's weird. Okay, well, here's some pictures. Oh, thanks, Selena. You went to your chiropractor today. Let me check that here. Back up. Went to and he said that from the Cobra pose it has helped loosen my shoulders and back up. Oh, I thought you were telling me to back up. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. You mean like the fronts of your shoulders here, to open that up so it's not so tight. A lot of us hold tension in our shoulders, our chest, our neck. Yes, Brennan, it's yoga time. We're going to start out with plow pose. So we'll do 2 sun salutations to warm up like we typically do, and then we'll get right into the pose. No, I didn't cook the mole for dinner. Did anyone miss the mole? All right. So here we have some images of plow pose. You know, the easiest way to release tension from the shoulders for what I can teach you right now would be to roll the shoulders forward, let's say 5 times. 4, 5, and then back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've been doing yoga about 5 years. Nick, you'll have to watch the replay, I guess. Yes, I am going to be whispering Ayn Rand later today, Radio Free Bob, so thank you for asking. I will be doing that tonight after this section. I'll see how long this takes us to get through, and then we might read a little bit more of Unbroken in normal volume, and then I'll do Ayn Rand whispering. Who's Lisa? Hey, Logan. The walk, yeah, there was a mole walking around. Okay, good. Oh, thanks, Selena. You're so sweet. Here's another image of how to hold your low back. It is sweet, right, Bob? So AynRand.org not only followed me on Twitter, but they also liked my tweet of me whisper reading Ayn Rand the other night. And, hey, Logan, I'm really good. Oh, it was a bad pain day? Well, maybe some of this stuff might help. Some of it's probably a little too advanced if you're in pain. The whispering, some people find very, very relaxing. Some people find it scary and it makes them anxious, so if it does that to you, don't watch. But if you find it relaxing, can help you fall asleep. You know, it's basically like an escape from the noisiness of life, right? Okay, plow pose, Halasana. Halasana is one of the restorative poses that is usually performed near the end of the practice. It is also an inversion because your hips are higher than your heart. Thus, or actually, I think it's just because your heart is higher than your head. Thus, it has beneficial effects on the cardiovascular system and the flow of cerebral spinal fluid. It looks wild. Hey, Marshmallow. Marshmallow likes whispering. Yes, plow pose. Yeah, I saw Pika last night. I don't think I've seen him today. I think he messaged me on Twitter, but I don't know if I saw it yet. You'll never be able to do it. Well, that's okay. If you can't do this, that's okay. You can just watch, and one day, maybe it'll inspire you. You'll be able to do it as you loosen up in other postures. Yes, I also meditate. Okay, yeah, there is a pose called gas relieving pose that's different than this, Unique. But yeah, if this helps you, definitely. The biceps flex the elbows, and this causes the hands to press into the back, lifting and supporting it while opening the chest. The posterior deltoids extend the humeri toward the floor, further lifting the back. The quadratus lumborum and psoas combine to lift and stabilize the lower back. The psoas and pectineus flex the hips. The adductor longus and brevis draw the thighs toward the midline. The quadriceps extend the knees. The tibialis anterior dorsiflexes the ankles. The peroneus, longus, and brevis evert the ankles and open the soles of the feet. Thank you, Nikki Sparkles. So here we have it. And I think that's probably it. I don't know how many images you would need of that. Ooh, look at that. It looks like that might be the end of our poses. Or no, it's not. They're just talking about the cerebrospinal fluid, inversions in the cardiovascular system. Inverting the body affects blood flow. You know what? I think that you could just start meditating without having to take a seminar. Do you say another impossible pose? Ask a doctor if this is real. Inverting the body affects blood flow, increasing the return of blood from the torso and lower extremities through the inferior vena cava to the heart. The heart pumps more efficiently when the chambers are filled optimally, and cardiac output increases. Oxygenated blood is pumped out of the heart and through the aorta and distributed to the body. The aorta and carotid arteries have pressure receptors that aid in regulating blood pressure, maintaining the mean arterial pressure within a narrow range. Definitely don't hurt your neck. You shouldn't have any pressure on your neck at all in this pose, so I'll teach you, don't worry. Don't do it until I've taught you, unless you already know how to do it. These receptors respond to increased cardiac output or blood pressure by signaling the brain to increase parasympathetic outflow. Parasympathetic nervous system is, yes, Nick, thank you. Yes, I'm going to demonstrate them all. We're going to get flipped upside down here, don't you worry. Hey, Attilia, how are you today? You're a barber, right, I think? This results in a slowing of the heart rate and lowering of the blood pressure. That's what I was saying. Parasympathetic nervous system is your rest and digest state. It's the opposite of your sympathetic nervous system, which is your fight or flight or freeze response. And adrenaline and cortisol, this decreases your cortisol and helps you to relax. Conversely, when the blood pressure is low, signals from the baroreceptors decrease, with cardiac output and blood pressure rising. The net effect is homeostatic balancing of the cardiac output and blood pressure. Hey, Georgie, how are you? Inverting the body in persons with normal blood pressure increases firing of the baroreceptors, thus increasing parasympathetic outflow. The result is a temporarily lowered heart rate and blood pressure. Always come out of inversion slowly to avoid lightheadedness. Child's pose is excellent for re-equilibrating the body's hemodynamics following inverted poses. Persons with blood pressure problems, including hypertension or hypotension or glaucoma, should always consult their physician before practicing inversions such as headstand or shoulder stand. Okay? You got it? Let's do it. Okay, did I miss? What's a really good way to get rid of anxiety? Change your diet, most likely. Re-equilibrating, right? Not recalibrating, which is how I keep pronouncing it, but re-equilibrating. That's how we're saying it. That's what we're going with. Okay. Hey, Kumar. Let's do it. Actually, you know what? While I'm down there, I'm just going to go right from this pose into shoulder stand. So let's just read shoulder stand really quick, too. Is there more pictures? No. Hey, Max, I appreciate the compliment, but we try to keep it really platonic here. I am happily married. Yes, meditation is good for anxiety, yes. Okay. Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. The shoulder stand is a restorative inversion. Perform it near the end of your practice to relax. Oh, thanks, Kumar. I'm good, Max. How are you doing? Hey, guitar. In the shoulder stand, as an inversion, the shoulder stand has effects that are similar to the headstand. Inverting the body, yeah, Reddy, I think you're right about my TV stand. Inverting the body stimulates control mechanisms in the heart and the arteries along the outside of the neck that monitor and adjust blood pressure. Inversions may also positively affect the flow of cerebrospinal fluid in the spinal cord and the brain, flushing regions where the fluid has pooled. This is inversions. We're going to be doing headstand, shoulder stand, and plow pose today. And then I might try forearm stand at the end if I have enough energy. In the shoulder stand, the shoulder joint is extended and the chest opens. Poses like Purvattanasana help one to gain flexibility in moving the shoulders into extension so that the upper arms can be used to open the chest. The biceps and brachialis muscles in the arms bend the elbows to press the hands into the back, supporting it and allowing the weight of the body to be shifted away from the neck. See that? Away from the neck. Oh, hello, Anjavon. How are you? Flexor muscles in the forearm shorten to assist this process. Legit office break later that day. Help us with the poses. Use the force. Why is it bad to do a headstand when having high blood pressure? Because it increases your, or no, not when it's, I think they're just saying consult. They didn't say not to do it. They said consult with your doctor first. I'm not sure what to say to you. Okay. Hey, Arrow, what's up? Not much. We're just about to do, does this position strengthen your neck muscles as well? It really shouldn't have anything to do with your neck, but that's a really good question, Dallas. So I'll show you how it's not really using your neck, and then we'll go from there and see how we feel about it. Okay. Did I already say this? I don't know. The posterior deltoids extend the shoulders away from the trunk and work to press the elbows into the floor. The shoulder blades are drawn away from the neck by the lower trapezius muscles. The muscles of the rotator cuff, the infraspinatus, two muscles of the rotator cuff, the infraspinatus and teres minor, turn the upper arms outward. The erector spinae, flowing along the spine, and the rectus abdominis, running from the chest to the pubic bone, lift the trunk. Hello, Mitt the cat. How are you? Chill out, Max. We'll get there. You got to be safe, okay, guys? The quadratus lumborum works with the psoas major to support the lower back. Together, these neurologically linked muscles wrap around the lumbar spine and stabilize it. No, I haven't had any issues getting into my Twitter account. I know, I'm reading upside down. I'm not reading backwards, but I am reading upside down. Hey, Jeff. How are you, my friend? I missed your ironic one earlier, but what did the title say? It said the definition of irony is, and then I couldn't see it, but I was teaching a yoga class, so I couldn't click it. The pelvis is supported and held level by the gluteus maximus in the buttocks and the psoas high at the front of the thighs and in the pelvis. The adductors draw the thighs together. The tensor fascia lata and the gluteus medius turn the hips and thighs inward and counter the outward pull of the buttocks muscles. Well, they actually said that inversions lower your blood pressure. Knowledge is power, right? Oh, Jeff, sorry. That's so funny. Oh my God. The quadriceps straighten the knees. I'm just going to go back to reading my yoga book. Along the outside of the calf, the peronei turn the feet slightly outward, since there is a tendency for them to tilt inward. I think it was Twitter Universe that was having trouble logging in, Max. You can only do the pose if you invert it. You invert the inversion. Hey, Lou, how's it going? Everybody follow Kiwis. If you see anyone with a flame next to their name, follow them. They're a super fan. But also, oh, nice. I like that. Who said that was that? Who just said? Guitar? Good. I like it. And also definitely follow Kiwis because he is one of our biggest sponsors. And if you want to get involved, you can do that at femyoga.com, which is in my bio. This action opens the soles of the feet upward. You bring your own flame. Fire flame spitter. Hello, James. Hey, Alex, are you still in New York City? The feet are drawn toward the head by the tibialis anterior muscles on the front of the shins. Yes, you are a flamer. In a good way, though. All right, I think I missed a few comments. Let me just see. Oh, am I having an affair with your boyfriend? Absolutely not. Unless your boyfriend is my husband, in which case I should know. All right. In what way has yoga most changed your life? It has enabled me to quit my job and work for myself. Oh, I'm glad you thought that was funny, Lou. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Okay. So you start out laying down on the ground, on your back. You want to tuck your shoulder blades back behind you so that they're flat on the back, almost like they're like plates supporting your ribs. Bring your knees into your chest. You can bring your hands, palms down, as long as you can keep your shoulders back. And this might help you to lift your hips up and over. So what we're going to do here is lift our hips right over our shoulders, and my feet are going to be back towards you. Actually, I should probably this to make sure you can see me. I assume you'll be able to see me. When I come back over there, just let me know if you couldn't see any of this. Oh, I'm so lazy today. Okay. All right. Let's do it. So, the key here is to make sure that there's nothing on your neck. So if, I don't know how well you can see it from there, but there's no, the ground is not touching my neck at all. There's a space. There's at least an inch or two, maybe even 3 of space under my neck. So you want to make sure that your shoulders are supporting the weight of this posture. You don't want to dump back further than your shoulders and have weight come onto your neck. You don't want your chin to come towards your chest and the back of your neck to start pressing towards the ground. You want to keep your neck long, especially in the front. Keep the back and front of the neck long, so it's just the back of your head touching. Then when you're ready, you can lift your hips over. Now, if you're not able to lift up like that, I have seen some people that do more of like a rocking. Like they actually start out sitting, and then they roll back. Like that. So tuck those shoulders underneath and bend. Try to get your elbows as close together as possible. Bend your elbows and bring your hands to your low back. Keep your chin away from your chest. We'll take 3 more breaths here. And then you can lift up into shoulder stand. Again, chin away from the chest. Three more breaths. To come out of this, you can bend your knees, and maybe you can squeeze your head or ears with your knees for Garapindasana. Feels kind of good. And then lower down as slowly as you can, lowering 1 vertebrae at a time onto the ground, and then the legs come down straight. If it's uncomfortable to have your legs straight, you can bend your knees and put your feet on the mat. You want to give yourself ample time for the blood to return back into the lower extremities. Anytime we lift our legs up like that, it's a great way to prevent varicose veins, edema, or swelling of the feet or legs. And if you work on your feet a lot, you're going to love anything that does this because it just takes all that pressure and gravity gets to do the opposite effect on your legs. So the easiest way to do this is to come up to a wall. So imagine there's a wall right here. I would come up to that wall, lay next to it, scooch my butt up, and push my butt into the wall as much as I can, and then swing my legs up. So my legs would be up the wall. You can do this right in your bed. As long as your bed's up against a wall, you can just lay right in your bed, legs up the wall. 5 minutes should be more than enough. And then you'll just bend your knees and come right back out of it. So you can try that one. That one's a really nice basic one. And I'm going to teach you one more pose right now that isn't in the book that we're using right now, but it is important to do after shoulder stand as far as I was taught. So we're going to tuck our hands underneath our thighs, just the thumb and pointer finger, just to help anchor the hands down towards the feet, away. So that's pulling my shoulders away from my ears to help my neck be nice and long. And then I'm going to do a mini sit-up and arch my back and put the top of my head down on the ground for fish pose for 3 full deep breaths. And to come out of this pose, I'm going to come back into a little mini sit-up and then extend myself back down long, laying down. When you're ready, you can begin. Matsyasana. Hi. Sitting back up, tucking my tailbone, rounding my back so that I can lay down really long and relax. So that's 2 out of the 3 poses that we're going to be learning tonight. The last one is headstand, Janu Shirsasana, or no, just Shirsasana. Releasing my neck by turning my head side to side without picking it up. Oh, can you tell I'm really sleepy? I don't feel like getting up. I will. I'm coming. Hey. Jen! We miss you! Jinx, what are you guys jinxing? Hey, Jasper boys. Thank you for the super hearts. I appreciate you. Have I met you before? Hello, girl. Peek? What do you mean, peek? Let's see. What are you guys talking about? You're not here for long? You're going to bed soon. Okay, I don't blame you. I started really late today. Let's see. Always problems with Periscope? What do you mean? From Scotland. I look so happy and healthy. Thank you so much. That's such a kind compliment. You're from Scotland, Jasper? Well, welcome. I am in upstate New York. Now she's her boss. Mean boss. What? Hides chat. Always problems with Periscope. Yawn. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, what's this person saying? Do it correctly in the right way. Okay, I will. Speak in English, then I'll be sure to understand you. Ah, long neck. That reminds me I need a beer. You can't touch your feet to the floor, Jen? I know, plow's not my favorite pose either. I have short legs. Yeah, you'll just, I think if you do it every day, eventually I think your feet will touch the floor. I want to know what this person is saying, but I got to get there first. Supporting my low back from the beginning helps me. I totally point my toes. You should show this in profile mode. How you blocked people. Very sneaky. There's always something wrong with either Twitter or Periscope. I don't have any problems with either of those apps. Burn your Amini. What does that mean? The lights between her legs mean she has superpowers. What? Oh, God. Oh, God. Vote so hard, you. Okay. Taylor, you're amazing. I hope one day to be able to do this yoga position. Amazing. The shoulder stand is actually considered a beginner's pose, just so you guys know. Hey, Alex, are you still in New York City? Oh, stomach getting in the way. Wow, I'm surprised. I wouldn't think that from what I've seen of you. I was glowing. Oh, God, in a weird place, too, right? Deep breaths, fish pose. Was that a mantra she just said? I think it was the name of the pose. Okay. Oh yeah, let me translate this Arabic. You're at home? Yes. Okay, that person just said yes. My belly gets in the way. It's so cute. It was where you had the legs down touching the floor. Yeah, that one's a tougher one, in my opinion, as well. Okay, so we're going to be working on headstand now. So this is how you'll have your hands interlaced right behind your head. Elbows will be right under the shoulders. And that pose, Claudia, is called plow pose or halasana. You didn't have time to check Twitter. Yeah. I did headstand last night in class. Nice! Why does it show the bones? So creepy. This is actually this is to teach you the muscles of the postures. So. Oh, I went the wrong way. Legit anatomy diagrams, right? Look at the neck muscles. Did you know there's over 30 muscles in your neck? Hey, Hannah. Oh, where is shoulder stand? There it is. Sarvangasana, the queen of the asanas. That's what we call it at my yoga studio anyway. Oh, we got some Russian. Privyet. I don't know. That doesn't even say anything in Russian. Okay. Shirsasana. Oh, yeah, headstand, not shoulder stand. What am I talking about? What we just did, shoulder stand, was queen of the asanas. Sarvangasana. You turned off the air conditioner. Oh, is it hot in there now? Shirsasana, headstand. Headstand is a type of restorative pose. It is typically performed near the end of a practice session. Inverting the body stimulates control mechanisms in the heart and the arteries that monitor and adjust blood pressure. Inversions may also positively affect the flow of cerebrospinal fluid in the spinal cord and the brain. Like the Sahara Desert. Oh no. Yeah, 30 muscles. Crazy, right? Crazy. Learn this pose only under the guidance of an experienced teacher. It should not be attempted by anyone who has spinal injuries or other conditions affecting the spine, especially the neck. Practitioners who do have such conditions should work with other poses that invert the body, but do not place undue pressure on the cervical spine. Supported Setu Bandha is an example of such a pose. So bridge pose. You can do bridge pose instead. You want Antarctica in there. The triceps are active, stabilizing the forearms on the floor. The biceps counteract the action of the triceps. The long heads of both muscles cross the shoulder joint and attach to the joint socket at the top and bottom. Contracting these muscles holds the head of the arm bone firmly in the joint socket. The anterior deltoids draw the shoulders over the head. The lower trapezius draws the shoulders away from the neck, freeing the cervical spine. The infraspinatus and teres minor muscles that join the shoulder blades to the upper arm bone turn its head into the socket, stabilizing it. Muscles running the length of the spine lift the back into the pose and remain active to stabilize it. The rectus abdominis muscle activates to prevent the rib cage from bulging out. I don't know if Jesus did yoga. It works in an opposite direction to the erector spinae, which results in the two muscle groups forming a supportive sheath around the torso. The quadratus lumborum in the lower back acts in concert with the psoas to support the lower back. The gluteus maximus in the buttocks extends the hips. Opposing this in the front, the psoas balances the pelvis so that it is tipped neither forward nor backward, but is straight up and down like an upside down bowl. Oh, hey Ash, I'm good, how are you? I don't know if you've been here for a yoga scope, but this is the last pose we'll be doing today. No Family Feud today? No Family Feud today. The most I'm going to do that would be every other day. I bet he did yoga in his sleep, no bias of religion either, but I bet he did. You used your toe? Wait, I did? What? Well, Jesus was a hippie, so I say he definitely did yoga. What is like an upside down bowl? Oh, your hips. This right here. Your hips. Did I have a great day? I did have a great day. How about you, Ash? What would be a beginner's version of this? Against a wall for added balance support? That's not a bad idea, yes. There seems to be a large part of Jesus' life story. Maybe he was busy doing yoga. Oh, it was missing. Maybe he was a monk. Yeah, I know what you meant, Nick. Yeah, you could do this against a wall. In my experience, when I first started learning headstand, I couldn't lift up at all into it. And oh, thanks, Ash. I don't really practice Qi energy. Is it's actually spelled QI, and it's Chinese medicine. I'm not a Chinese medical practitioner, so I don't really teach about Qi energy, but you can find a lot about it online. The adductor group draws the thighs together. The quadriceps straighten the knees. The tibialis anterior muscles of the front of the at the front of the shin bends the ankles. Oh, and I was saying, yes, you could do this against a wall, because I actually, the first few times that I did this, I did roll backwards out of it. It's important to just tuck your chin, make sure you're not biting your tongue or anything. Just tuck your chin, and you should be able to pretty safely roll that way. But if you are up against a wall, like you'll see me do for a forearm stand, then you won't flip backwards. And I'm going to do something a little bit special with my headstand practice today. The peronei muscles along the outside of the lower leg turn the feet slightly outward. So, Shirsasana is actually backwards roll that I'm talking about, like if you flip backwards. You wouldn't roll forward out of the headstand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something that I have seen Yuko Yoga do. She's on here if you follow her. It's Y-U-K-O, Yuko Yoga. And I saw her doing this. I got really inspired. I've tried it a few times. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. So today we'll see. I picked a new song to try for today, a song that I really like. So for me, did I used to read books? No, I still read books. I read a new book every week, and I also want to break this tripod. So let's go like that. So I'm going to put this song on. It's not yogic at all, but it gives me energy because it's a book that I really like. Yes, I just did that last night, T-Swizzle. You must have missed it, but I will be doing it again later tonight, whispering. So if you're wondering if somebody does broadcasts, you can just look in their recents and you can see their replays and you can get all your questions answered. Your name seems kind of familiar, but I feel like a lot of people have a name very similar to yours. So if I'm honest, I don't really. I have arthritis of the spine, and that pose would definitely kill me. Yes, you don't want to do this if you have any injuries in your back at all. So this challenge that I'm doing is I'm going to try to hold this for the duration of the song. So oh yeah, a lot of people ask me to read Harry Potter. It's not going to happen. So I'm going to turn my volume up. I'm going to play this song. I'm sorry if you don't like it. You can turn the volume down. It's only well, actually, I should probably see how long it is before I start. It's a 3-minute, 24-second song, and hopefully it will help me hold this pose as long as I can. Okay. Oh, I should probably teach you how to do it first, though, right? So you might not want to do this pose. There's a lot of reasons that you wouldn't want to do it. If it hurts at all, do not do it. So the way that you set up for this is you're going to make sure that your elbows are under your shoulders by crossing your arms, and you'll be able to feel with your fingers the outsides of your elbows, and that's how you know that you're at the right distance. You'll interlace your fingers. If you have rings on, you might want to take them off, and then you're going to be putting your head right in front of your hands, so your hands are right behind your head. There's been some times where I actually opened my hands and held my head, but I think this works my shoulders a little more, so depending on your advanced, what level you're at. And you want to make sure that you don't have your chin tucked, so you're on the back of your head, but you also don't want to be on like your forehead. So in order to find the top of your head, you can take, first make sure your hands are clean before you touch your face. You can take the heel of your hand here and put it right between your eyebrows, and then bring your middle finger right straight back. And that should be roughly the very top center part of your skull. Okay? So I'm going to put the music on. I'm going to give it a try. So the hardest part is lifting up. And if you haven't tried this before and you're worried about rolling backwards, you just have a wall right here, right in front of where you are. You'll just put your hands right in front of the wall. And that way, if you are able to get up, you won't flip backwards. You'll just end up hitting the wall, and then you can practice floating and hovering. Okay? Don't compare yourself to me if you've never done this before. I like this pose a lot, and sometimes I can't really do it that great either. So we'll all start where we're at today, and we're not going to do anything that causes us pain or discomfort. So close. If only I could have held it for like 10 more seconds. Oh, my shoulder. My hands are so sweaty. Whew. Good stuff. Whew. Okay, yeah, I'm not doing forearm stand. That totally whooped me. Expert child pose, thanks. Hey, Bubba, how's it going? Okay. Thank you, Alex. Whew, my shoulders. I'm feeling it. I'm be jacked up. I gotta do that more often. You tried. Yeah, I did. Thank you, Jen. Yeah, actually, Unique, have you seen Kino? Kino does that. Hey, Steve. Thank you, Raspberry. Thank you very much. Kino does, I think it's actually like a headstand or a handstand, and she just like will just walk her feet around. She does like wheel pose. She just like, it's just crazy. So one day I'll be able to do cool stuff like that. You might have ready. I don't know. I feel it in my heart though. Showing off again. I'm not showing off. I'm working. Go Taylor. Go Taylor. It's your birthday? Yeah, she's my yoga idol too, Jen. She's flexible. I wonder if she can twerk like that. Yoga breakdance and slow-mo. Now she's just showing off. Good balance. She must have been in gymnastics when she was younger. No, but I did do acrobatics. I would break my neck. This is entertaining with music. It's like America's Got Talent. Wow, interesting. Wow. Cool. Walls for the win. 0 falls. Yes. Thank you, guys. Nick's like, huh, cool. I'm going to go for it, but I'm going to hold it for as long as the song Freebird. Bitter. I'm reading a script, right? New pose? Heck no. We already did it. Thank you for inviting T-Swizzle. Yoga Chronicles. So for, I think, let me just see if this is the last one. My whole body hurts from working in the garden yesterday. I think I need yoga. Oh, Steve, I'm sorry. I already finished. Whoa. Fitzy. Fitzy block. So, restorative poses. Yep, and then we'll be done. So I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow, but sometime in the next 3 days, I'll be doing our final key poses of yoga session, and we will be doing the restorative poses, which is really, really great for anyone who's a beginner. They're perfect intro poses to yoga. So, and they're just really good for anyone if you're having stress, anxiety. It's a great way to have an introduction to yoga. Well, stretch out a little bit, Steve. You know, do some twists, stretch your side body. There's 6 movements of the spine, okay? There's opening the side like that. You want to make sure you get that stretch in every day. You want to get extension where you're doing like a back bend. You can do flexion, rounding your spine like that. And then rotation. And the only other one is axial extension, where you just imagine that you're pulling your spine up out of your hips. So you can use your breath to do it, and that's just axial extension. It's like it just kind of decompresses the spine a little bit. So just make sure you do those. The backs of your legs hurt. Yeah, you can stretch those too. So yoga is very good for stress. Yes, absolutely. A lot of exercise is good for stress. I didn't want to do my first scope in New York City. Oh, that's okay. Let's do speed yoga. No. My hamstrings are always way too tight. Yeah, mine are too. The only way to get them less tight is to stretch them. Okay, fine. One, just one. Oh, we didn't do meditation yesterday or today. We gotta do meditation. Okay, inhale. Exhale. Pull the belly button in and up. Keep the belly button strong. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Oh, my neck. It's had enough. It has had enough. All right, let's do meditation, but I'm gonna lay down. And I'm gonna show you with this bolster how you can make yourself comfortable in your yoga practice. All right, so let's meditate. So take your time to get comfortable. You can sit up in a nice, tall, comfortable position with your back supported, or you can lay down, relaxing your whole body, and you can support your knees with a pillow, blocks, blanket, whatever might work. You can also put a pillow under your head if you're more comfortable that way, especially if your head is tilting back, like if you have really tight chest and shoulders, and you're kind of up here and your head's dumping back, you're going to want a pillow to bring your head level with your chest. And just begin to relax your whole body. Noticing how your body feels after your yoga practice. Scan your body from head to toe, relaxing every body part. Releasing all the stress and tension from your body, feeling you're heavy and supported by the earth. When you feel like the entire body is relaxed, if you like, you can take some deep breaths, inhaling into the belly, ribs, and chest, and exhaling from the chest, ribs, and belly. Take your final deep breath and then allow your breath excuse me, to return to its natural rhythm. Just watch the breath flowing naturally without changing it. And now you'll work with balanced breathing. Inhaling to the count of 3 or 4, and exhaling to the same count. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. As you work with this practice, you may be able to increase your count to 5 or 6. Just work to get the inhale and the exhale to be the same exact length, counting silently in your mind, in and out. I'm going to remain silent for the remainder of the meditation so that you can work with this breathing practice on your own. It is the nature of the mind to think, so if you get a distracting thought, that's okay. Once you realize it, just gently bring yourself back to the breath and start to count it when you catch yourself. And I'll gently coax you out of the meditation at the end. finish counting the breath that you're on, inhaling and exhaling to the same count. It's okay if your mind wandered, just bring it back to the practice now. Letting your breath return to its natural rhythm, noticing how the breath feels after the meditation. If you're laying down, you can gently roll onto one side using your lower arm as a pillow. Connect with your intention for your yoga practice, the reason that you're doing this right now. And feel proud and confident. And if you'd like, you can either stay there or you can gently press yourself up to seated to close the practice. Yoga is a lifestyle. It's an awareness and a mindfulness and a union that we bring to all aspects of our life. So we just close this practice symbolically so that we can honor each other and ourselves and connect with our goals. So take as much time as you need to get seated, and once you get there, you can bring your hands together at the heart center, inhaling. Exhaling, bringing the hands between the brows. Seal in your own personal intention, your own personal unique awesomeness, bringing the elbows together. And then bring your hands back to the heart center, opening the eyes. Namaste. Namaste means the divine light in me recognizes and honors the divine light in you. Thank you, Nick, for saying what I was thinking, so I didn't have to say it. And thank you for the super hearts, Johnny, and anyone else who sent them. Namaste to every single one of you. Yeah, that was actually a plane, yeah. No, that's not the Flash. It's not a wrap. Okay, oh, in Dance Board, you said that you did a hot yoga class tonight. That's very impressive. I find them very challenging. And namaste to you too, Baba. I didn't want to confuse people while we were still in the meditation, but my laptop shut down, which means egg drop shut down, which means I would miss some comments. So I came out of it a little bit early, but I'm glad that you guys were able to enjoy that. This scope went a lot longer than I thought it would, so my next scope might just have to be a whispering scope. Let's see. How long was my other one? 45 minutes. So I have to do 2 hours and 15 minutes. This was 1 hour. No, I think I'm going to do a little bit more of Unbroken. So I'm going to do, my next scope is going to be reading Unbroken in my normal volume, and then we'll talk about it and discuss. And then, oh, that's okay, Bubba. I don't do whispering down here. I'll go upstairs and close the door and everything. It won't be too noisy, I promise. It's when I'm down here, it sometimes gets a little noisy, but sometimes he participates in the scopes. Yeah, he's been in a few of them before. He probably also thinks I'm crazy, but I am crazy, so he would be correct. We're both crazy. We're crazy in love with each other. All right, so I'll be back to read some Unbroken, and then after that we'll whisper some more Atlas Shrugged to put everybody to sleep. And if you're not able to come back for those, I hope you'll be back tomorrow. I do 3 hours of content every single day on this channel. You can learn more about what we do at femyoga.com. The link is in my bio, femyoga.com, and I'll be back in a little while with a book. Remember that you're all worthy of being loved and feeling comfortable in your own skin. This has been another Moment in Time with Taylor. I hope to see you back soon. Oh, thank you, Johnny.